An e-commerce website with more than 1,000 products costs somewhere between $5,000 to $60,000. A database website costs even more. So, do you guys ever think about who creates these websites and how much money they make? A web developer is responsible for all the stuff. Hello everyone and welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. Kaushal this side and I hope you guys are doing well. In this video tutorial, we'll take you through the web development roadmap. We'll let you know about all the different roles you can land on if you know certain methodologies related to web development. But before we begin, let me tell you guys that we have regular updates on multiple technology videos. So if you are a tech geek in a continuous hunt for the latest technological trends, then consider getting subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates from Simplilearn. So without any further delay, let's get started. Let's go through the agenda for this video. We'll start this video with an introduction to web development, followed by the roles and responsibilities of a web developer. We'll then discuss its types, since web development can be divided into three different sections: front-end web development, back-end web development, and full-stack web development. We'll discuss what technologies you need in all the three web development types, along with the resources and roadmap for each type. We'll end this video by going through some non-technical requirements for becoming a web developer. Let's start this video with what is web development. Web development is the branch of computer science that deals with creating and maintaining a website or web application. Every website we come across is designed with a mix of certain methodologies. A website is generally divided into three parts: front-end, back-end, and database. So, who does all these tasks of creating and maintaining a website? A web developer is a person who is responsible for all the stuff that goes around the website. A web developer not only creates the website, but also makes sure that the website should not face any issues right after the deployment. Moving ahead, let's discuss the different types of web development. There are certain jobs you can land on in the area of web development. We'll discuss the types of web development followed by the job roles they offer. So, web development is generally divided into three parts: front-end web development, back-end web development, and full-stack web development. Let's start with front-end web development. Front-end web development is the branch of web development that concentrates on user experience. In order to ensure that the data is presented understandably and entails converting the code created by back-end developers into a graphical interface. Without front-end development, you would see incomprehensible code on a website or web application. But thanks to front-end developers, non-programmers can easily use and comprehend websites and web applications. When you visit Google Apps, Canva, Facebook, and other websites, everything you see is the result from the collaboration between front-end and back-end developers. Let us take you through the roadmap to becoming a front-end developer. We'll also discuss about the technologies used for front-end web development. The first step to becoming a front-end developer is to find yourself a technology that is easy to understand. Several technologies are present in this area, but one should know their requirements, so we'll discuss all the technical aspects here. HTML is the most basic technology one should know. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and is also known as web architecture's most basic building block. It is used to create the structure of a web page. To become a web developer, one should know how to create the structure of a website. There are various resources you can refer to for learning HTML. You can find multiple videos on YouTube, or if you want to enroll yourself in a free course, you can find the link mentioned in the description box below. The next step is learning CSS. Cascading Style Sheet or CSS is used to style a web page. HTML creates the structure and CSS makes the web page look more appealing to the user. Bootstrap is another front-end technology that is not necessary to learn, but is always adds up to your skills. It is a framework based on CSS and JavaScript, Bootstrap is used to make a web page more interactive and mobile friendly as well. The next step is to learn JavaScript. JavaScript plays an important role in front-end web development. It is a scripting language that is used to add responsiveness to a web page. Basically, JavaScript is known as the programming language for the web. It can help you create a dynamically active web page by adding elements to a web page to engage the user. Generally, it is said that these three technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, are enough for creating the front end of any website. But we'll suggest you some more technologies. JavaScript frameworks like React, Angular, Vue, and jQuery are also used for front end web development. You can learn any of these frameworks or all. It depends on your requirements. We suggest you to go for React as React is the most widely used JavaScript framework today. However, professional developers prefer Vue because of its ease of use. So these are all the technologies basically required for front-end web development. Although, if you want to go for a job in this field, it is highly recommended to learn website deployment tool as well. Netlify and Vercel are some of the free deployment tools you can use to take your application online. Projects also play a vital role while you go through the learning process. It is rightly said that you can learn a language only by programming in it. So, this is the roadmap to becoming a front-end web developer. Talking about the resources for all the technologies we discussed in this part, you can find YouTube videos based on different technologies. You can also find the playlist on our YouTube channel, but taking up a course will definitely be of more help. Skill Up by Simplilearn is a free to use platform where you can enroll yourself in a free course and learn many things. The plus point is you will get a certificate on any course completion. The link for the front-end web development introductory course is present in the description box below as well as on your screen. Click on the link and you will get to understand the concept of certain front-end technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, and React. Do check that link out forwards. Let's move ahead and we'll now discuss the roles and responsibilities and salary insights of a front-end web developer. The responsibilities of a front-end developer include deciding on the layout and structure of a web page, achieving harmony between practical and aesthetically pleasing design, creating code that can be reused in the future, maximizing the speed and scalability of web pages, writing web pages using a variety of markup languages, ensuring that the design is consistent with the brand. Once you are ready to take on all the responsibilities of a front-end web developer, you can apply for this job role via different platforms and grab an opportunity. According to glassdoor.com, the average salary of a front-end web developer in India ranges between 3 lakhs to 11 lakhs per annum, with an average salary of 4.9 lakhs. Rest depends on the experience and knowledge one holds while applying for a job. Let's move on to backend web development. Backend development is the term used to describe tasks carried out while executing program on the web. Instead of front-end web development, which focuses on customer-facing services and programs, backend development handles server-side web applications, functionality, and integration, as well as activities like designing APIs, creating libraries, and working with system components. Focusing on website architecture, scripting, and building code that communicates between the website's database and the user's browser is all a part of back-end web developers' job. Consistency, security, and integrity of data must be guaranteed for this job. The skills required in back-end web development differ from what we come across in front-end. The first step to understanding the backend is by understanding the concept of web servers. The web server manages websites and responds to user requests by storing, processing, and delivering online pages. Several parts of an HTTP server are capable of understanding HTTPs and URLs. When a web server receives a request from a user, an HTTP server accepts it and it finds and returns the requested material to the browser using HTTP. Open source platforms that distribute content in response to queries include web servers like Apache. The next step in backend web development requires the knowledge of programming language, which refers to the language used so that the computer can understand it. Additionally, frameworks are collections of libraries that simplify and facilitate programming. The basis of a web page is the programming language. Being a backend developer requires knowledge of programming languages and associated frameworks, which is not so easy to achieve. Although many programming languages are available, only a few are frequently advised for backend web development. JavaScript and Node.js. The most difficult programming language, JavaScript, allows you to explore many novel ideas and create a truly amazing website. It is applied to the creation of dynamic and interactive websites. Node.js is a JavaScript framework created with real-life push-based architecture and the single-threaded model used for backend API services in mind. JavaScript may be used to execute on the server side with Node.js, Python, and Django. Python is the most user-friendly programming language, and when combined with Django, it makes a fantastic website building tool. You can create better and simpler web applications with less amount of code. Python is the most popular programming language for creating websites because of how quickly it can be implemented. The most reliable and flexible framework to use with Python is Django. PHP with Laravel. The general purpose scripting language PHP, which is also known as hypertext preprocessor, is ideal for creating websites. It is a quick, adaptable, and practical language that runs the most well-known websites and blogs. It is a quick, adaptable, and practical language that runs the most well-known websites and blogs. The open source Laravel framework is used to create a variety of web applications. It is solely a server-side framework that handles data management and employs MVC. MVC stands for Model View Controller to decompose the backend architecture of an application into logical components, making it simpler to construct. You can simply choose any set of technologies from all the technologies we discussed here and go ahead with that. It totally depends on you. To get data from a database, a backend developer writes code that does relational mapping. Among the most popular database management systems are MySQL, SQL Server, and PostgreSQL, MongoDB, and Oracle database. So, you must be quite familiar with how they operate. A version control system is useful for keeping track of and retaining changes to code that can be applied to future implementations. They are computer programs that assist in managing source code modifications over time. Git, a free and open source version control system, may be the ideal option due to its secure, adaptable, and simple to edit characteristics. Even for small projects, using a version control system is the best practice because it allows you to rapidly alter the source code whenever you want to add a new feature or make improvements and produce an efficient application. An API is a collection of operations for communicating with operating systems, microservices, and external software components, as well as for accessing data. In essence, it transfers user reaction to the system and returns system responses to the user. Two apps can communicate with one another thanks to API, which serves as the software mediators. Backend developers utilize APIs to connect services or applications and start conversations in order to enhance user experience. A good server to build and provide API for client-server communication is Express. You should be familiar with few of the APIs like REST, JSON, SOAP, JSON, XML RPC, and AES. Everything, including software applications, services, and products, is moving towards the cloud. Utilizing the cloud. Web development computing offers a pay as you go service and enables organizations and individuals to consume computer resources, including virtual machines, databases, processing, services, storage, and events. Software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service are the three main divisions of cloud computing. A backend developer should know what clouds are and how to use them. Mostly used cloud services are Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft Azure. So, you can pick any one of these cloud services and then you'll be ready to become a backend developer. You won't be able to identify the necessary elements for a functioning application until and unless you create your own backend project. Build some incredible creations ranging from simple to complex. You can check out our YouTube videos and learn about these technologies, or you can enroll yourself in a free course on the SkillUp website. The link is present over here on your screen and in the description box as well. Find yourself a course and enroll as soon as possible. Moving ahead, let's discuss about the salary and responsibilities of a backend developer. A backend developer mostly deals with server side of a website. In other words, someone who manages data on the server side also interacts with the UI, or we can say front end, and saves and organizes data. A backend developer is in charge of creating the web applications framework. The product list you see in the user interface of any e-commerce website like Amazon is saved somewhere, right? The sign in button you see takes you to another page. When you enter your details, since the backend makes an API call and the server side rendering is also handled entirely by the backend developers. That data is kept in the database, which is handled by the backend only. According to Glassdoor.com, a backend developer's average salary in India ranges between 3 lakhs per annum to 17 lakhs per annum, with an average annual salary of around 7 lakhs. So, moving on to a final type in web development, let's discuss what full stack web development is. Full stack web developers are individuals capable of developing both the front end and the back end of any web application. Full stack technology refers to the total depth of a computer system application. A full stack developer creates both the front end and the back end of a program while ensuring that it has all the necessary functionality. There is no special technology related to full stack development. A full stack developer should know about every technology we come across in the front end web development and the back end web development. There is no shortcut for this. You should know technologies like CSS, HTML, JavaScript, Angular, React, backend technologies like Node, and many more. Additionally, a full stack web developer should know about databases, clouds, APIs, and almost everything. They have the expertise to handle any task, including customer interaction, system engineering, database management, and server administration. Full stack developers are familiar with all the stages of website development on a practical level. They merely take an idea and independently develop it into a finished good. They are proficient in various languages, particularly web languages, software development methodologies, contemporary ideas, and the many tools required to create a fully functional website. You can apply for the full stack development for beginners course for free. Click on the link mentioned in the description, or you can have it here on your computer screen. Enroll yourself today, or you can go through our YouTube channel as well to find the latest technology videos related to full stack web development. According to Glassdoor.com, the salary of a full stack developer in India ranges between 2.5 lakhs per annum to 9.5 lakhs per annum, with an average annual salary of 5.10 lakhs. This salary is for freshers only. So, choose your career wisely and don't forget to check out the free course provided to you by Simplilearn. Before we finish this video, let's look at some of the non-technical skills required for becoming a full-stack web developer. When we mention skilled, you might think of programming, automating, and comprehending various frameworks, databases, techniques, and libraries. Some non-technical abilities are highly significant for becoming a successful web developer, as these are for your personal growth only. Communication. Efficient teamwork and customer satisfaction always depend on effective communication. It is occasionally overlooked. Competent developers ensure they are constantly accessible and provide timely responses to team members or clients' communications. Teamwork. Web developers rarely take on a task by themselves. They collaborate in groups most of the time. The effectiveness of the team's collaboration is the key component in determining whether current online or mobile application development projects are completed on schedule, according to the requirements, and are on budget. Time management. Being productive or falling behind can be entirely determined by how well you manage your time and your attention. Sometimes there are too many things happening at once. You are a good developer and need to be trustworthy and have an excellent work ethic as well. Creativity. The key to creativity is coming up with multiple solutions for a given issue. You can successfully incorporate your creativity into creating an effective product with this ability. As a developer, you should have this crucial ability in your toolkit so that you can present the team with creative suggestions that will benefit other project parts. Leadership skills. You have a better chance of succeeding in the area of web development, including creating mobile or online websites. You can advance quickly to the senior developer level and be given managerial responsibilities. It is a standard procedure that you will have to coach people with less experience, even if you do not have enough experience to lead a team. So, these are some of the non-technical skills one must achieve to become a good web developer. Now it's totally up to you which one of the web development jobs you wanted to land on. I suggest you guys to take some time and do some research and then go ahead with your career. So that's all for this video guys. I hope to see you all in another session. If you enjoyed watching the video, then do give it a thumbs up, comment your queries below and experts will answer them for you. Thank you so much for being here. Watch out for more videos. Until then, keep learning and stay tuned to Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.